Are you seriously washing those dirty fins in my sink?
Well, yes. Where else would I wash them?
Are those the same fins you've had since 2016?
It is. They have actually held up very well. They're starting to rip in a couple areas, but other than cosmetically looking dirty, they're actually a good set of fins.
So you don't need any new fins?
You know what? I think it is time for a new set of fins.
Okay, well, let's go look at some.
What's up, guys? This is Brian again from Lake Kicker Scuba and Marina. If you're new to our channel, do me a huge favor. Hit this little subscribe button right here and ding that little bell as well. That way you guys are going to be notified every time we upload new content. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you some pointers and tips and tricks on how to pick out the best fin for you. And we're going to be looking at several different styles of fins. Yes, it's just going to be from one product line or manufacturer line. However, I am going to be talking about the different processes of the way the fins are designed, so that it's going to help you decide which fin going to be the best for you. So with that being said, let's jump into today's video and pick me out a brand new set of dye fins.
Hey babe.
Yeah.
What are the different types of fins they're making today?
Cool. So in all honesty, there's really only two different types of fins. Of course, we have a snorkeling fin. Basically, a snorkeling fin is a slip-on. It's what we call a full foot fin. Basically, your foot goes down in the foot pocket. It completely encompasses it. And you can wear a sock with these. However, they're not really designed for scuba because we're not wearing a boot with them. So they're not open heel and you can't really wear a boot. Now, even though the design of the fin allows for a little bit of power, once you add, say, some type of restriction to your body, you're adding a little bit extra girth through the dive gear, and you're creating more friction in the water, obviously, or more drag. Obviously, you want something that's going to be a little bit more powerful than this. So now we do have several different types of open heel fins. This is the Marias Power Plane heel, or a fin here. You will notice that it's an open heel design. That means your foot goes down inside, obviously with a boot, and then of course you are going to have a strap system that comes up and goes around. Same thing with these. These are the Marias Extremes. It's an open heel design, and here we just got a little pull tab or a pull strap system here. It does have the ABS buckles, makes it a little bit easier to get in and out of, but it's just a simple design as well. And then of course we got a paddle style fin. This is the Marias 24 here. Once again, it's just an open heel design. Of course, it does have the bungee straps, but in short, you want a fin that's going to give you the maximum amount of propulsion with the ease amount of kick or less effort is possible. So really, any type of paddle fin or fin that is designed for scuba is really going to work for you.
Okay. Hey babe.
Yeah.
How does the fin actually work?
All right, cool. So basically what a fin does is it pushes water in a certain direction, which propels your body in the opposite said direction. And if we look at the power plane here, you'll notice this big wide blade is going to catch a lot of water during, say, the downstroke or the upstroke of the finning technique. So my finger is going to represent the direction of water flow. As my foot comes down, you'll see that water is going basically towards you. It's going behind me. But as I kick a little bit further in the cycle, now it's pushing water downwards. And it's not actually propelling me forward. That's going to be propelling me up. Same thing on the backstroke. In a flutter kick, or the upstroke, as I come up, water is going to be going behind me, but at a certain phase of that kick, water is going to be going straight up. So if I was going to be flutter kicking, this fin right here is probably not going to be the best option. Now I could go with, say, the Marias Extreme because of what's called the OPV, or Optimizing Pivotal Blade. And basically what that is designed to do is that during the downstroke, your blade is going to pivot to this position here. So now, even on the downstroke, water is always going to be being pushed behind me, which is going to propel me forward. Same thing on the upstroke here. It's going to pivot and it's going to push the fin into this position. So as it's coming up, it is pivot down, which is still going to be pushing that water behind me, all the way pushing me forward. Now the downside to a fin like this, it's very thin, it's kind of floppy, it's really kind of flimsy in my opinion, and you don't have a lot of backbone strength here on the sides. So even though this works really good, say for flutter kicking, for frog kicking and things like that, it's not going to be the best design. So if we look at something that, say, the Avanti Quattro, now this fin specifically is a large bladed fin. It's got the right amount of, say, mix between backbone in the fin, even here on the sidewalls, but it's also got these grooves in it, or these channel technologies built in it, and you'll see it's got a lot of recoil there. It's a lot of flimsiness, if you will. So it is going to work very similar to the extremes. On the downstroke, it's going to flex like this, allowing that water to go behind you. Same thing on the upstroke. However, since it does have plenty of backbone strength here, if we're using a frog kick technique, it's going to work great for that as well. So all in all, this fin here is going to do everything that I need it to do, whether I'm flutter kicking or even frog kicking, because it's constantly going to be propelling that water behind me.
Hey, babe.
Yes?
How do you size for a fin?
Perfect. So the first thing you want to do, obviously, is put on your dive boot. Now, whether it's a soft sole or a hard sole bottom, if you've not checked out our video on how to size up properly for a dive boot, I'll link it down below or put it up here for you. But obviously here I wear a size 8 and I've got a hard sole bottom. So the first thing you want to do, put your boot on. Now you can actually take the fin and put your foot in the foot pocket to see if it fits. So all I'm going to do is pull the strap down here. I'm going to slide it on, and I'm going to pull the strap up above the heel. Now, there's several things that I'm actually looking for. One, I want to check for what's called the parachuting effect. I want to make sure that this completely encompasses all the way inside this foot pocket here so that there's no parachuting. Basically, the way parachuting works, as you're swimming through the water column, water can actually go inside this fin and create drag as you're swimming. So I want to make sure that there's no parachuting. I want to make sure that it's not too awfully tight here on the sides, and I also want to make sure it's not too tight here on the back. Now, depending on what type of fin you get, if you've got this type of strap system here, you can tighten it down to really fit where you need. If you have a strap system like this bungee system here, we've actually got extensions if it's too tight that you can actually let it out, or we can simply get a longer bungee. Now, if you have a system such as this guy over here where there's springs on it, now, of course, here, we're going to have just a little bit of extra adjustment. However, you're not going to have a total amount of adjustment in a fin strap system like that. Now, if we come down to these power planes here, you'll see it's got these straps, and we just did a video on replacing these straps out as well. Check out that video down below because I really think that you'll find it interesting. But for me personally, I think this fin here is going to work great. It's the right size foot pocket for me. It's the size regular. Now, I'm probably not going to go with this particular color, but I'm definitely going to go with an extra set of, say, Avanti Quattros, size regular, and I will probably replace the bungee systems, say, for a set of spring straps.
Hey, babe.
Yes?
Last question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you determine whether you want to use the strap, bungee, or spring?
Okay, so with the strap really quick, one of the cool benefits to the strap here is once you have it set to whatever size you need, basically however tight you want it, you never have to really touch it again. It's preset. Whenever you want to loosen it to take it off, you don't really have to worry about the mechanism. All you got to do is unlock these ABS buckles and you can take it off. Once you go to put it on again, you just simply snap it in. And that comes in very handy if, say, you're operating with just one hand, maybe you got a camera or a spear gun in your hand, you can just very simply undo those ABS buckles, pull it right off. With the bungees, they're very, very stretchy here, and the bungees make everything a little bit more convenient. The downside to the bungees is they're simply rubber, and when rubber gets cold, maybe in the wintertime months, they get very brittle, and usually the first thing that goes on these is this little pull tab here. After that, over say a year or two, they will start to dry rot a little bit, and so they can snap very easily. With the spring straps, and we've got several different types of spring straps here, and obviously we've made several videos on these for you as well, but with the spring straps here, they are definitely not going to break on you, and depending on what you're going to be using them for, that's going to determine what type of buckle system you go with. Now, one thing that I will caution you on the spring straps, as I stated earlier, there's not that much adjustment in it. So please make sure you're checking out your local retail center to see what spring straps they got. Make sure that you take your dive boot in, the one that you wear, and make sure that you are trying fins on so that you can make sure you get the right length spring straps, because the spring straps do come in different sizes from different manufacturers as well. So you want to make sure that you get the right spring strap for you. Now, as I said it earlier, I'm definitely going with the spring straps. I'm probably just going to transfer the spring straps from my old fins over, but I'll probably pick up an extra set as well just to have for my spare dive kit. So guys, there you go. That's how easy it is to pick out a set of fins. First and foremost, you want to pick out the style or the design of fin that you need based off whatever your needs are, whether it's just for snorkeling or scuba. Obviously for scuba, we want open heel fins where we can wear boots with them. And then you, of course, you want to size them appropriately. Just simply put on your dive boot, size that fin by putting your foot in there. Make sure it's not too tight, but also make sure you're not going to have any type of parachuting effect. And then lastly, you want to go with whatever type of strap system. Do you want a rubber strap? Do you want a spring strap? Do you want a bungee strap? And then once again, make sure you have your boot with that fin so that you can try out different straps to see what size you need. But let me know down in the comment section below, what is your favorite fin and why do you use that fin? And is there any other tips or tricks that you do to make sure that you get the right size for you? But guys, if you found this video helpful, give me a big thumbs up. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, drop it down below and we'll discuss. But until our next video, take care, God bless, I'll see you in the next one.